fuck's sake. What is he doing now? What is he doing now? He just doesn't know when to stop. Fuck off. What is he doing? Sending subs. Nuclear subs. Oh my god. What is wrong with him? Imagine fucking your dead brother's wife. Then she comes back to send your ass to jail. True. What one you want? I don't know. Just a reliable one. Is there Associated Press one or some shit like that? I don't know. Jesus Christ. What the fuck is he doing now? What an idiot. Why is he doing... Yeah, true. True. Inappropriate's got a good point. We don't know. There's a lot of questions right now. Yeah, is it nuclear powered or is it nuclear armed? Yeah, those are very different things. Yeah, good question. Actually, inappropriate's right, spot on. Holy shit, that is a really good question. Holy fuck, yeah, because that's like totally... But still, like, just the matter, like, there's still got fucking subs going around Cuba. What the fuck is he doing? He's mental. He's mental. Subs. Russian subs, let's see. Russian subs in Gulf of Mexico. Nuclear submarine. Okay. Seems like they're using that nuclear word a hell of a lot. Akula class nuclear attack submarine. Akula class. Shark class. Seriously? Because I remember that Russia told everyone they were sending these subs and stressed they were not armed with nuclear warheads. There's reports their warships being intercepted with Canadian and American Navy, and there's reports of subs as well. Does Canada have its rafts out now? Holy shit. Russian Akula, what are they doing? Sailed undetected in the Gulf of Mexico for weeks and was only discovered after it left. The Washington Free Beacon has cited unnamed sources in reporting the incident, the second time since 2009 that a Russian submarine has sailed close to the US. They're insane. What are they doing? Why do they keep doing this shit? This is fucking unhinged. Fucking hell, Putin. What are you doing, bro? This is not okay. Oh, he's mental. He's insane. He doesn't give a fuck, bro. He doesn't give a fuck. The incident occurred at the same time as Russian bombers flew inside restricted US airspace. As Russia flexed its military muscle. What are you doing, bro? Come on. Wait, this is 2012. What the fuck? Am I being baited right now? 2012? There is nothing new here. Yeah, this is all old as shit. Wait, am I being baited right now? March 7, 2023. Russian subs. Okay, no. Oh, all right, okay. Are Russians somewhere better than the Americans? Tensions escalate as Russia sends submarines to Cuba. Okay, here we go.
Reminiscent of the Cold War, Russia has alarmed the West by deploying nuclear-capable submarines in America's backyard. This provocative action has heightened tensions, drawing parallels to the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Our next report tells you why many believe the West is to blame equally for this inflaming action by Russia.
Nuclear powered, bro. Okay. Crisis averted, boys and girls. Oh. Yeah, crisis averted. Bro, trying to speedrun the end of the world. Yo, he is. He is. What is he doing, bro? This makes no sense. Kind of like flying Chinese spy balloons over the USA. They don't give a fuck. We have a lost, confused, weak leader. Yeah, we need a madman, boys. We need a madman. We need the madman to take position. Then everything will be fine. Good point, David. History only exists when you learn about it. True, true. What is this?
In a way that is just remarkable, just remarkable. And we're not going to walk away from you. I apologize for those weeks of not knowing what's going to happen in terms of funding, because we had trouble getting the bill that we had to pass that had the money in it from some of our very conservative members who were holding it up. But we got it done finally, and since then, including today, I've announced 6 packages of significant funding. Today, I'm also signing an additional package for $225 million to help you reconstruct the electric grid.
This brave woman, she's been going to the front lines because a lot of vets, they refuse to go there because it's really dangerous. She said, like, listen, this is my way of contribution to this war. I have this chance, you know, to save not a human life, but animal life. But for me, it's just the same.
Bro, if you come to a point in your life where you think the life of a human being is equal to that of an animal, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You got it twisted. You got it twisted, bro. No, fuck those animals. And the guy making this message is an idiot. Because this guy used to have a good TV series that he used to do in Russia. And I really liked the TV series. They would go all over the world. And it was called Orel y Reshka. And basically, it's like Head or Tails. And they would go with this blonde woman to different countries. And one of them would be poor, the other would be rich. And they would experience what life is like while you're a tourist there. And then ever since the Ukraine-Russia war, this guy abandoned Mother Russia. How dare he? What's the good word from Russia? Apparently, Putin is speedrunning this shit. Aren't we animals too? We are. We are animals. We're just superior animals. We are part of the broader ecology. No, true. We are. I value my pets' lives more than many humans. I don't disagree. But those, because they're your pets. There's a certain level of value that you give them that don't exist for other animals. You don't give a fuck about every dog and cat out there as much as you care about yours. It's the same thing can be said, that you value your mom and your dad's or your family or friends' lives more than you do other human beings. Like example, if every one of my chatters disappears off the face of the earth tomorrow, I'm not going to care as much about it than if my fucking delivery guy who brings me pizza every now and again gets vanished. Like, obviously he has an increased level of significance in the world compared to my average chatter. Right, boys? Yeah. Russia doing whatever the hell they want. Yeah, true. Meanwhile, a guy has mean tweets and porn stars. Fuck yeah, let's go, brother. World War III. No, we don't want World War III. Why do you guys want World War III? You're insane. None of us want World War III. None of you want World War III. Some people want World War III. I know. Some people genuinely want World War III. It's fucking insane to me that could even be the case, but they really do inappropriate. World War III, let's go. Positivism possible now. What is Posadism? Posadism. Posadism? Posadism. 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 Fourth International Posadist. The Fourth International Posadist is a Trotskyist international organization. It was founded in 1962 by J. Posadas, who had been the leader of the Latin American Bureau of the Fourth International in the 1950s and the Fourth International section in Argentina. Okay, I don't understand what it is. I want to believe Posadism, UFOs, Posadism. What is Posadism? I want to believe Posadism. Apocalypse communism. I want to believe Posadism. Political tendency. Since its emergence as a political tendency, posit has had a dual character. The first was its political face of Marxist-Leninist orthodoxy. Jesus Christ. Posadism. Posadist theories. This is a redirect from a... Okay, nobody cares. Ah, come on. What is Posadism? What is... Fuck. Rumble. In the Air Tonight. No, we're not watching In the Air Tonight. If we keep adult diaper Lemonhead in office, we will be one step closer to World War II and World War III. Not sure which comes first. Oh, right. So let's just get Trump into office and he'll give Russia everything it wants. And then, yeah, I mean, no problem then. It's not like they're going to try and like take over more, considering that they can get away with anything pretty much, considering that Trump is a fucking coward, apparently. Poseidon? Possibly. World War III, Mighter's Revenge. Poseidon. No, it's Poseidism. Posadism. It's like when the fucking commies take over. It's like their idea of when the world is in chaos and trying to overthrow everything, then we can instill our own government and like hit the refresh button and like a new order can arise from it. Okay, true. Why didn't Russia do shit under Trump if they're buddies? Okay, so what is your insinuation? Are you insinuating that when Trump gets into office, they're going to be more against Trump than Biden? I can understand that it's the opposite. It's going to be more for Putin, right? I mean, you can't be against Putin. What are you suggesting? That he's more of a diplomatic leader than Biden? We should deploy short-range nukes to all NATO nations, then take over Cuba. Why? Correct. He's going to put Putin in his place. What do you mean put... Okay, so he's gonna do worse than Biden. He's gonna instigate Putin more than Biden, and somehow that's going to be beneficial. No, your mama. Somehow that's going to be more beneficial, like less chance of World War III. Like right now, he's being apparently pushed. That is you guys' position. He's being pushed and instigated, but Trump is going to put him in his place, which would require a stricter hand. He's going to end the war and tell Putin to stop anymore, and we'll fuck him up. Okay, so are you insinuating all-out war with Russia? So you think all-out war with Russia is going to help this situation? When Trump was in office for 4 years, Russia did not invade Ukraine because they were scared of Trump. They waited until Biden was in, and if Biden wins again, Russia will take over the world. Diplomacy isn't war. Okay. You understand that Putin wants things, right? and you're going to have to, diplomacy insinuates you're going to give him things that he wants. Biden is refusing to give him what he wants, and as a result, shit is escalating. We can all acknowledge that. Okay. So then the insinuation would be, if Trump is going to be diplomatic about it, he's going to give Putin what he wants. That's literally diplomatia. It's like two eyes, or double eyes, we say. It comes from, what does Putin want? Ukraine. Or at least as much of Ukraine as it can possibly get its hands on. And then your position, or at least, okay, anybody who has like relatively similar positions to you, which they just yap on all of the time, is that, well, we should, and Trump's plan is to give them as much as they want. Yeah. Not as much as they want, as much as they, originally wanted. If they want more now, like that's not going to be, but regardless, he's still going to give them like Crimea, Donbass, Lugansk, Donetsk. Like all of these, that is Trump. That is Trump's plan. It's like, okay, you realize that Biden could have just done that. It doesn't really require any brain cells to do that. It's just that Biden refused to do that. Doesn't want Putin to have those things. And Trump's plan is to give them as much as they want. Putin doesn't want Ukraine. He said himself he's fighting Nazis. Nobody cares. Never forget what he says. They're getting it anyways, no? Okay, so I'm assuming your position is might makes right. In other words, okay, so what happens in the future when Putin says, I'm taking over all of Europe? According to you, as long as they can take over all of Europe, then America should be like, okay, well, I guess, if you can, then, it's all yours. You realize that's a silly position to have, right? Is that Putin's plan? That wasn't what I asked you. What I said was, in the future, according to your logic, whatever Putin wants and can get through, like, warfare, he has a right to it, and the United States should be okay with that. Because that's the logic you're applying to Ukraine. You're saying that, oh, well, even if we don't do anything, they're still going to take over Ukraine, so we might as well just give it to them, right? Well, I'm saying no. The whole point is to fight them off so they don't get it. He took some of Ukraine under Biden. Trump can say, enough, you're done. No, he hasn't taken them. The war is still ongoing. In other words, as long as it's still ongoing, there is a chance that those territories will not be Russian in the future. The more support that the Ukrainians get, the less the chances of the Russians getting those territories becomes. If they take more, we take action. Okay, so they've already taken. They're already in the process of taking. So it requires action, which is what Biden has done. Ukraine wanted to make a deal, Biden didn't let them. Okay? I didn't know of this deal, but okay. Those in US cheering the US Army should remember there is a possibility for draft in case of all-out war because of conflict with Russia, because of Ukraine, or with China, because of Taiwan, or because of another major war. Yeah, they know that. They know that, but they're still hampering on about how they want it. David, you understand that... Wait, you can't have this take. Right, so it's time to make a peace deal. Biden can't do this. Why not? As far as I'm concerned, Ukraine didn't want to give up the territories. The only reason they would be willing to accept a deal from Russia is because they think they're going to lose the war. Why would Ukraine, that's been fighting the war for the last 2 to 3 years, because he's weak, for what? not signing up some papers instead of sending over military arms and weaponry in order to allow for the Ukrainians to continue fighting? Which one of those two processes sounds more difficult or requires more strength to accomplish? Signing papers or sending over military aid to keep fighting? Which one of those things sounds like a thing that would be less difficult to do? I don't agree with your premise. Okay, so what would a deal look like? According to you, the only difference between Trump and Biden is Trump is strong, Biden is weak. Biden can't get Putin to agree to a deal, but Trump can. Both of those people are presidents of a country. They both have military power, could enforce that power upon Russia equally. There's nothing separating Trump from Biden in terms of what their prowess looks like, but you're assuming that Trump can get Putin to stop his intervention into Ukraine without giving Putin what he wants. Well, at least that's the position you should have, but you don't have it. Apparently, according to you, you're totally fine with giving Putin everything he wants. Or at least everything that he originally wanted. Yeah, good question, Soviet mind. Tell us what Trump would do. Because I've already understood his position. His position is correct. He will end this war. How? Because when you say end this war, you understand that Biden can end this war. He's choosing not to. It's not a matter of weakness. If any of the two are weak, well, Biden is sending over. Ukraine will have to give up land. So you're giving Putin everything he wants. One of the presidents is refusing to give Putin what he wants. The other president is going to give Putin everything he wants. Which one of those two sounds stronger to you? Okay, that's not what I asked you. One of those presidents refused to give Putin the land on the basis of the land doesn't belong to him. It belongs to Ukraine. They're a sovereign country. The other one says, no, we're going to give the sovereign country's land to Russia so the war can end. Which one of those presidents sounds more weak to you? Neither is giving. Okay, you already acknowledged. No. You already acknowledged that in order for the war to end, Putin needs to get what he wants. You already acknowledged this 2 times, in fact. You don't get to walk back on it now. One is stopping him, one isn't. Okay, that's Biden who's stopping him by providing aid to Ukrainians to allow them to fight back against him. Trump is not going to do that. He's already said that he's going to end the war. The only way to end the war is to give Putin what he wants. That's how you end the war. Neither is giving Putin anything. No, one of them is refusing to. The other one is openly admitting to, yes, that's totally what I'm going to do. And everybody supporting Trump is in favor of that because they don't like the idea of military spending or all of this stuff. So as far as they're concerned, they're going to obfuscate and explain it in any irrational way possible of how actually the Ukrainian land belongs to Russians or belongs to Russia. So that doesn't seem to be your position, even though that's all of their positions, which I'm confused and surprised about, but okay. I'm glad that you don't try to assume that position because that's a logically retarded one, but okay. You've already acknowledged that Trump would have to give the land or allow or say to Zelensky you're going to have to give up the land. And that's the way I support ending the war. Okay, so you also support that as long as a country is strong enough and mighty enough, they should have the right to take over another country. That's what you're supporting in this scenario. Do you realize that? Because Russia is strong enough. They have no basis for going into... They might not like Ukraine. They might have disagreements with them, but that still doesn't give them the right to just invade their country and take over their land. And by supporting ending the war, we know what ending the war looks like in this scenario. It's Putin gets what he wants and the Ukrainians lose what they have. You're also supporting that because that's what ending this war looks like. It's not like Trump comes into presidency and goes all unhinged mode on Putin's ass over the telephone and says, hey, I'm in president now, bitch. What are you going to do is going to be Putin's answer, because Biden is already doing the maximum without triggering World War III. Unless you're insinuating that Trump should go all out war, boots on the ground against Russia, which would genuinely be the start of World War III. So I can't understand how you have the position of, I support ending the war, but somehow Trump would be, triggering World War III, but would be constitute ending the war. I don't support them going in, but they're there. So what's the options? Stop them from taking over the land? Okay, so I said diplomacy. Okay, so diplomacy looks like Russia gets what it wants and Ukraine doesn't, because Ukraine at no point is optimal for them to say, okay, we want to give our land over to Russia, hence why they've been fighting this entire time. So your position is one of, we're going to give Putin what he wants. And it's based on the premises of, well, they're already there. I mean, they've already invaded there and they've already done that for 2-3 years. So, I mean, might as well just give it to them. Okay. Is that your position? Let me understand that. Because that's what diplomacy looks like. Yes, millions of people have this position. Okay, but you're the one talking now, so is that your position? Let me just understand this. Because millions of people aren't in my chat right now insinuating this. As of, whoop whoop. Yeah, just let me know if that's your position, David, because it seems like that's what you're saying your position is. Millions of people think the other... Sorry, I said yes. No, you said yes, millions of people have this position. You didn't say, yes, that's my position. You're insinuating that a lot of people have this position. Okay, so your position is yes, that you have that position. Okay, so what you're also saying at the same time is that as long as a country like Russia has the military prowess, the strength, in other words, or the numbers to invade another country, illegally or legally, unlawfully, morally, righteous or not, regardless, as long as they can do that, then according to you, they should be given the land. Because that's what you're supporting here. Because that's what's going on. That's what's happening. We already understand this. So as long as a country can have that, do you not see a problem with the world if we, in the West, condone that type of behavior? We support that type of behavior? If we say to the world, hey, I wish it wouldn't have happened, but Lemonhead allowed it. Lemonhead didn't allow anything. He's been providing Ukraine with weapons and ammunition since the very beginning in order to not let that happen. We cannot support this, but we can stop it. Yeah, but you understand we can support it, which is what America has been doing, hence why Ukraine has been able to survive as long as it has. Yes, Biden allowed this by being weak. Oh, I'm sorry. What part of retaliating against Russia was allowing this to happen? Yeah, last time I checked, when a country uses its might to take over another country, simply because it has the power to do so, we considered that an unlawful invasion. And how there are consequences for invading other countries. If we now say, oh, actually, it's totally fine if you invade another country. In fact, you have a right to the land as long as you can invade it, and you can win in that war, then you should have a right to the land. I wouldn't say retaliating allowed it. I say his weakness and lack to seriousness allowed it. He reacted ever since the first day that Ukrainians were attacked by Russians. He's been like giving them weapons and shit. So you think that Trump should have given them more weapons? Is that your position? Considering that he's weak? Should he have given them more weapons, more tanks, been more serious on it? Because when you say weak, then I'm going to assume if that is what you considered weak, then I'm considering that if you think that Trump is going to gain the presidency and do something that's not weak, well, then it would be to give them even more weapons. In fact, the next level would be to get boots on the ground and like go out all in war with Russia. Is that what you want? Or is that what you think is the right thing to do? Does like that make it like not weak? That's a position of strength? Or do you think a position of strength is to say to Russia, oh, you know that country that you have a plan to invade? Yeah, no need to invade it. You have a right to that land. So no need to invade it. Just like, we acknowledge that land to be yours now. Correct. Biden reacted. He didn't stop it from starting. Okay, so what should we have done? Should the American forces put boots on the ground prior to Russia even invading? Is that what you're insinuating? Should America have like put weapons on the ground just like to make sure that Russia doesn't invade Ukraine earlier? Considering that you're saying he didn't stop it from starting. So you're insinuating that he should have stopped it from starting. Okay. Well, there wasn't any like other way to deal with that. I mean, they were pulling up tanks and like artilleries and weaponry and soldiers and troops and camps like for weeks before they actually invaded. So are you saying they didn't invade when Trump was... Okay, I understand that. What did he do to prevent it? Nothing. I don't know. Did you see Trump say to Putin, don't invade Ukraine? Okay, that's your mistake. Okay, so what did Trump do to Putin? He did do something. Okay, what? What did he do? Because I missed that part. Obviously, he did something unbelievable that like prevented Putin from attacking. Correct. He told him not to invade or he would destroy him in Russia. Oh, so all-out war with Russia. And Putin believed him. Okay. So he would destroy Russia. So he'll get boots on the ground, totally World War III. Right? That would be a position of strength, right? He threatened it, yes. Okay, so you're saying that that was the right thing to do, right? Biden can't be taken. Okay, that's amazing. So, according to you, Biden should have put boots on the ground since the very start, right? Yes, boots on the ground. World War III, right? And gone all-out war with Russia. World War III starts, right? Because we all acknowledge when two superpowers go head to head, that is usually how like world wars start, right? Biden shouldn't be president. No, of course not. Okay, that's what your insinuation is. Because how do you prevent Russia from not going to war? Like, if Putin doesn't take him seriously, that's fine. So what could he have done? And I've asked you that, and you said, okay, put boots on the ground. Or at least that's what you agreed to. So your solution to what Biden should have done was more weapons, more strict adherence to Putin, right? No boots on the ground. Rather, I'd have a serious leader. Okay, that's amazing. But what does that serious leader do in a position that Biden is in? Obviously, according to you, Putin doesn't take him seriously. Okay, so what should he have done? According to you, he did things wrongly. Apparently, according to you, he should have sent more people there, more guns, prior to them invading Russia. In fact, he should have invaded Russia before they even had a chance to invade Ukraine. That way, they will never get to invade Ukraine. That way, he would have done what Trump said he would have done in the event that he tried to do the things that he did, right? No, I didn't say that. Well, what other solution is there? Should they have just bombed Russia? What should they have done prior to Russia invading Ukraine? I'm not going to put words in your mouth. Just tell me, what is it you think that Biden should have done? Apart from call him, obviously you're assuming that Putin didn't take him seriously. Tell him to stay out of Ukraine, of course. But he did that. He told him to stay out of Ukraine. Putin didn't listen. Okay, now what? Like, is it the threat that matters? He told Putin to not go into Ukraine. He still went in. So, according to you, what would the next step be? Considering you've told somebody, hey, don't do that, or else I'm going to destroy you. You like that position that Trump has. Okay, well, he was also told by Biden, but he still wanted to go in anyway. So according to you, what would have... Correct. Now we need a new leader. No. So what should have Biden done? He threatened him, and Putin put forces and transferred weapons and artillery and munitions all to the border. So the right action, according to you, is once you've made the threat and that threat doesn't pass through, then you should take matters. You should take matters into your own hands, right? No, you don't like where I'm going with this, but we're going to go there. So what you're insinuating is Biden should have taken forces, or at least provided weapons and munitions to Ukraine prior to Russia invading, right? That's what a strong leader does, right? According to you. Otherwise, if you threat people and then you don't follow through once they call your bluff, well, then we would consider that weak, would we not? So he should have gathered forces at the border. Sorry, what was your question? Oh, my question was, once you've threatened somebody, again, you said that Trump did this. He threatened Putin. Putin listened, according to you. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't deny it. Okay. Well, so did Biden. Biden threatened him as well, told him don't do that. Putin called him out on his bluff and went to invade. So the right thing to do would have been, once you've been called out on your bluff, is to then do the thing that you said you were going to do if they don't adhere to your threat, which would be to get more weapons there faster than what he previously did, right? I can't assume Biden did this. Okay, well, he did that. Everybody was telling Putin to not do it. Sorry if you weren't aware of that. But the problem is, like, when you threaten people, according to you, the reason why Putin didn't do it while Trump was in presidency is because he got threatened and he was scared that he was going to pay for that. How'd you know? Oh, he did that. I'm sorry, did you not know of that? The whole world knew. Like, there were messages of warnings. He was told, don't do this. Multiple times. I'm sorry if you're not aware of that, but I don't see how warning somebody is the main part of that. The reason, according to you, why Putin didn't do it while Trump was in presidency was because he was worried that if he called him on his bluff, Trump would genuinely do the things that he said he would do. He would destroy Russia. Okay, well, Biden also said, don't do this. But he called him on his bluff, so he should have destroyed Russia, right? Which would create World War III. But apparently, you also have the position of you're for this war ending. Now, please explain to me how starting World War III would also be ending the war. Even though those two statements are absolutely contradictory. I don't believe Biden did this one. Okay. But I don't understand why that makes the biggest difference for you, even though it's the follow-up to the threat. I don't know why you would want to focus on that part. So he warned him. Okay, if you don't believe me that he warned him, okay. But he took action as soon as... Like, you understand that, right? So according to you is the only reason that Putin attacked was because Biden didn't threaten him. That's your view of the situation? I focus there because my claim is Biden's weakness caused this. Okay, so your observation is that Trump picked up a phone and said, hey, Putin, if you try to invade Ukraine, I'm going to destroy Russia. And Biden didn't do that. That's the main point of contention, is it? And Trump will clean it up. Unfortunately, Ukraine might have to give up land. Okay, but you understand that the whole reason that Putin didn't invade was not because of the phone call or the threat. It's that what follows after the threat, right? Or did you feel like he said, oh no, I'm not going to invade Ukraine because I just got a phone call from Trump? Or do you think that the reason he said, oh no, I'm not going to invade Ukraine because if I invade Ukraine, then Trump is going to destroy Russia? Which one of those two things you think is the thing that stopped Putin from invading? Which one of those two things? The phone call and the words that was shared, or the possibility of him being attacked? Biden became president, he invaded it. Okay, so what part of those two things, which one of those two things is the thing that stopped Putin from invading? Was it the phone call, the conversation itself, Trump's voice, the words he was saying, or was it the idea of if he does the thing that he's planning on doing, then the answer would be the destruction of Russia? Which one of those two things would you think is the reason that Putin didn't invade? It's the phone call and threat and who it came from. Okay, so all of those things are more important than your country being destroyed? Which one of those things seems to have more consequences? It's not one of two, it's all of it. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. All right, bro. If you think so. I mean, all right. Okay, then I guess. I'm finding it very difficult that somebody would think that that's actually the case, but no, it doesn't matter who it is. As long as you're the president of the United States of America, that's why it matters, David. The fact that you have that military and you can do those things in the first place that matters. Okay, that's the first thing that needs to be taken into consideration, which applies to both Biden and Trump. And it's the second thing that you are being told that in the event that you were going to do A, then B would happen. That's it. Could have been Stephen fucking Hawking in his wheelchair calling Trump up if he was the president of the country and said to him, hey, if you do that, this is what's going to happen. Doesn't matter who the person is. It's the matter of, well, can you do that? Yes, you can. Okay, you have the military power to do that. All right, that's very important. That's what matters, David. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. If you're not convinced, if you think it's actually like Trump's voice, apparently, or the words that he was saying, and not actually the idea that he's going to destroy the country itself and has the power to do that in the first place, is the thing that is scary. Okay, all right. I don't really know how to argue with you, bro. I mean, you can have that position if you want. Okay. All right, buddy. Kagame is different than Trump, even though it's the same military. But no, it's the same thing, brother. It's the same thing. You can do the thing. That's why it's scary. You have that power to do the thing that you're saying you're going to do. That's very important. If I say to you, hey, I'm going to kill you, all right, and I have no training, I have no weapon, no idea of where you live or anything, you're not paying a lot of attention to me, are you? Doesn't matter if I'm 6 foot and I'm built like a fucking wall or a rock. Doesn't matter, bro. Or I have a deep voice. None of that matters, because I'm incapable of doing the thing that I'm saying I'm going to do. But now, if I am military trained, I have weapons, and I know where you live, well, now when I tell you I'm going to do that thing, seems a lot more scary, doesn't it? Yeah. That's what matters. But okay, I mean, bro, I'm according to you, it's the same thing. They're all a part of the whole, and one without the other can't exist. Okay, all right. All right. I mean, I'm not going to be the one to convince you otherwise. Did have this conversation, but even if he did, nobody believes him. That's okay. You can say that. So then you're going to have to call his bluff. And in the event that you call his bluff wrongly and he answers, you're fucked. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble. So you aren't willing to gamble with Trump. You're willing to gamble with Biden. Oh, but then you gambled with Biden and he answered. So he supported and he raised sanctions against Russia, and then he sent military weapons to Russia, apparently, according to Trump. That shouldn't ever happen. You should just give Russia whatever it wants. And maybe Putin believed him until Kabul, Afghanistan. Then after that, it was said Biden won't do shit. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So the pulling out of the forces of Afghanistan while Trump was in power. Oh, right. Convenient. Okay. I don't think Biden has this conversation. All right, bro. Okay. Okay. If any other country was governed by Trump and Russia got the threat, governed by Trump, if any other country was governed by Trump and Russia got the threat, then Putin wouldn't have cared. No, he wouldn't. But according to David, he would. According to David, if Trump was the president of Madagascar and he called up Biden and said, hey, if you fuck around, you're about to find out. I'm the president of fucking Madagascar. My name's Donald Trump. And he wouldn't have done it because it's the man that matters. It's who's making the threat. It's like, oh, really? Oh, so it doesn't matter that you, like, even if I do call you on your bluff, like Madagascar, I'm sorry, when was the last time anybody even heard of Madagascar or its military prowess? Never. What are we even listening to at this point? What is this? Yeah. Biden pulled out troops, not Trump. Oh, really? You would be surprised to find out that that's actually not the case. Well, okay. Okay, buddy. All right. You'd be surprised to find out that there was something like 16,000 forces there. And Trump pulled out, what was it, over 9,000 of them or something, leaving something like 6,000 to 7,000 them to fend for themselves, even though they were finding it hard enough defending themselves while all of them were there. But okay. And Biden had to pick up his shit after him, but okay. All right. I mean, I'm not going to be the one to convince you. Not in general. Don't gaslight people. Oh, I'm not gaslighting you. I'm sorry. Is Kabul not in Afghanistan? If it's not, then okay. So, okay, that's a separate event then. But fine, he still withdrew forces. Do you not care about that event, but only the one that Biden was involved in, apparently? What about the one with the withdrawing 9,000 troops from 16, 17,000? Oh, you don't care about that one. Even though I genuinely think that it's the same one that you're talking about. But even if it's not, I don't really think that it changes anything. But okay. I do think that pulling out of Afghanistan was a good call, even though we did not do it in the best way. Which is what I'm arguing for, Mercury, by the way. Yeah. I don't have a problem with pulling out of Afghanistan. It's the way he did it. He butchered the entire fucking mission. Kabul was the airport withdrawal. Okay. What about the 9,000 forces pulled out of Afghanistan? That's the one I'm talking about. Okay. But what part of what it is that I'm talking about, whether it's a same or different event, even though it's a bigger event than the one you're talking about, massively compared to the one you're talking about, somehow you don't see it's comparable, even though we're talking about pulling out forces from a country that is run by, you know, military or militias or like shit like that. Yeah. No, we don't see it, any resemblance there whatsoever, do we? All right, I'm done. Okay. I think I've paid way too much attention to these conversations.